New World. So that was a game, and you played some of it, so we can actually talk about this.
I didn't play New World.
I thought you did.
Oh, no. Never
I was
touched it.
debated. Somebody told me that you were RPing in New World for a day, for
No.
like a switch up.
No. They didn't
I was
pay me.
debated.
I wasn't playing.
All right. Well, I'll talk about it just very briefly. But so New World popped. All of Twitch watched it, mostly because people were getting paid 10 figures to play this shit. Or not 10 figures, sorry. They're being paid tens of thousands to play this thing. Lots of the top content creators getting on and pushing the shit out of it. It had like 900,000 viewers on its launch day on Twitch. And servers were just getting bombed. They had to like open up. Like when I was creating my account, as I was creating, or not my account, my character, as I was creating my character, they spun up 28 more, or I think it was 28 more servers on the US East because everyone was on US East and they had to spin up more servers. The wait times were insane. Some of these servers had like 8-hour fucking wait times because of the queues being several thousand players long. I had no intention of playing this game. Zero. I was watching Twitch streams because I had never seen any of it. I saw people talking about it since the beta, but I'd never seen any gameplay. And I was like, man, everyone is sucking this game's dick on my social media timelines. I need to at least watch now that it's out and see what this hook is that everyone is so bent on New World. And so I go and I watch it, and I was hanging out with my moderators, Fox and Shady at the time on Discord, chatting it up. And I was just, I'll be honest, I was shitting on the game. Because
that's normal, Adam.
Shocking, I know.
I don't know many games that
it would have surprised you.
Here's the Adam experience. I'm gonna spoil it for everybody.
All
this is the Adam experience.
Hook me up.
Boot up the game. Take 2 hours, 3, to create your character. All right. Then
I didn't do that in this because there was only like 3 options, but that's normally very much it.
3 hours to create the character.
Yeah.
Another 3 hours to just get the perfect settings for desyncs and shadows and draw distances and fields of views and graphical settings and all of this shit. And nope, that tree still looks a little, something's going on over there. Another 3 hours of that. Then about another 4 to 5 hours of bitching. So you'll get 3 plus 3, then another 4 to 5 hours of just straight bitching. I'm cutting too many fucking trees. What the hell is this? The audio is fucking weird as shit. Why is it that when I swing my axe, it sounds like there's a gunshot going off in my left ear? All right, this is the Adam experience, guys. All right, I have seen this play out for a decade longer. I've known Adam way longer than all of you have. This is the Adam experience. It never changes. The odds of Adam ever getting into a game, shutting off his brain, and just saying, you know what? Fuck the settings. I'm just going to jump in. Yeah, I'm going to take about a half hour, 45 minutes to make my character, make him look, or her, make her look good.
It's Olivia Wilde in every game.
Yep.
So.
And then just play the game. It never happens. It never happens. So
it's
that's
my curse.
Pretty much what Adam thought. I didn't even watch Adam play the game, and I already know where it's going. I already know.
It's accurate. Except for the character creation, because there were only like 4 options. So I wasn't given the opportunity to spend 3 hours on character creation because there wasn't enough character creation to spend 3 hours.
If there was, though, you would have.
Then I would have done it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He just spent 3 hours.
There's a reason why I never played Black Desert Online, because it wouldn't have been 3 hours, it would have been 3 weeks. I would have never left. I've been trapped in hell. So, Fox and I both played it at the same time, because I wanted to play it with somebody else to experience, teaming up with people and playing the MMO together and all that kind of nonsense. So we played it. Shady bought it for me, because I had no intention. And then she just gifted it to me, and I was like, well, fuck, now I have to play it, because she's gifted it to me, so I logged in. Made the character. That was the first thing I noticed, is that it's an MMO in 2021. There were 4 options for your character, and there was only human as a race. Which was really weird. I can't remember the last time I played an MMO where there were so few options and only one race. But I didn't even talk about that when I played it, but in hindsight, it was a little weird. So I made the character, and we hop in, and I messed around with the settings, but only insofar as that it was before the game launched. It was the game that was known to like blow graphics cards up and have weird like issues and shit. So I was wondering if they had fixed any of that. The menus were fixed for that. They lock the menu frame rate no matter what you set it to so that your card doesn't blow up. And then when you get into the game, I immediately noticed two things. One, the game, I don't know why anyone would think anything else. This game looks visually like it came out of 2014. If you think it looks newer than that, fuck. It's not a pretty game. Nothing about it looks pretty. And does not perform for how bad it looks. I've got a pretty beefy system. Still wasn't the greatest experience. But the most impressive thing to me is, like you said, you're looking off, you see a tree. Looks fucking weird, all right? So I had the game running at max. Everything, turned to the max, right? And I was like, all right, well, what happens if I just turn everything to the lowest? I fucking shit you not. If you turn everything from the highest graphics quality settings in that game, and then you turn it to the lowest, most people would require screenshots side by side to be able to tell the visual difference between everything turned up and everything turned down. And when I turned two settings up a little bit, it basically matched. So you don't have to run this game at very high on every setting to have it look basically identical. Just, you can fucking put textures to very high, shadows at high, and everything else can be dirt poor at low, and it doesn't fucking matter. The frame rate's still unstable, lock it to 60 and walk away. That didn't take too long, we got through that, but I did, it's like I do in every game. I want to see how it performs. Then we started playing, and we played about 3-4 hours of the game. Dude, this game provides absolutely nothing that hasn't been done before in an MMO, but not only that, it ignores every lesson that every popular MMO has ever learned and has fixed and improved in the last 15 years of the genre, throws all that shit out the door, goes back to the Dark Ages, and pretends like none of that shit happened. All of it feels old. Nothing feels new. Combat is clunky. It's fucking nothing to write home about. Everyone in the beginning of the game, you spend more time playing Minecraft than you do playing an MMO. Everything is collect items, to craft an item, to collect more items, to craft another item, to collect more items.
Yeah, I like that. I personally like that shit.
I don't want it in an MMO.
I do, because I'm gonna spend a lot of time. It's kind of like what it was in RuneScape. It's a lot of grinding to go up levels, to get this, to build that, to do that. And I actually like that stuff because it keeps me engaged in terms of there's always something for me to do. The moment I feel like there's nothing for me to do in an MMO, I just check the fuck out.
But in the beginning of an MMO, there's the most to do. You haven't completed anything. You're in the very beginning. For me, to have the MMO present me before any major combat with pretty much just hacking at rocks and trees was a very weird fucking thing for me. Then eventually you find out that there's a tax system in this game and everything else, and that was fucking weird. But to save you the full fucking summary, because I did a video on this too, of my opening thoughts on it.
Let's get
I'm
a
not
quick
going to talk
breakdown.
about the whole
yes,
thing.
Please, yes.
The quick breakdown for me, anyway, is that unless you're somebody that wants what you just described, at which point there are other games that do that better. So even if you like that shit, unless the hook for you is this game is new and also allows me to put an axe into a tree for 5 hours, if that's your barrier to entry, is I need an axe in a tree for 5 hours in a new video game. Yes, the New World absolutely provides you with that pivotal video game experience of axing a tree for 5 hours. If you want anything that's ever been done in an MMO at any level, whether it's graphically, game mechanics, endgame, or otherwise, to be fresh or new, or even take all that has been done before and at least use that as the jumping off point and not ignoring all of the lessons learned, this game ain't it. They have a storefront for buying shit like there was an axe skin, a hatchet skin. You can't see the difference between your regular hatchet and the axe skin because it's such a small fucking weapon you physically cannot see it. And they wanted like $10 for this fucking axe skin, and my soul died. It died. Everything about this game for me is old, dated, looks bad, plays clunky, but it's new. I bet you this shit wears off in less than a month. it goes away, and the only people playing it are the people that are so desperate for a new MMO because they just haven't clicked with something else that they're willing to give this a shot and protect their purchase by saying it's not as bad as they thought it would be. But it ain't it.
I think I'm not going to argue with any of that stuff because I just haven't played the game and I haven't watched more than 15 minutes of it. So I mean, I really truly don't know what the fuck the game's all about. From what I'm gathering is it's a competent MMO. It's an MMO.
It is. It's not this bad.
That delivers an MMO experience. It's something that's new. People are looking for a new world to get lost in. Pardon the pun. And I promise I didn't mean to do that, but
no, but it's hard not to when the game is called New World.
And I think they delivered on that. I don't think this is going to die in a month. I think this MMO is here to stay. I think it's going to be.
I don't mean it's going to die like it's going to disappear. I just mean it's not going to be revered like it is currently because of the hype. Of course
not. I mean, it's new and there's a lot of hype, and Amazon is paying people to play this game.
Yeah.
But I think because it's Amazon and they literally own Twitch, they can advertise this game as much as they want. They can incentivize streamers to play this game. They can push recommended people that play this game. They can reward people. They can literally. It's kind of like
they can keep it at the front of eyeballs.
Yeah, they can keep it there, and as long as it's up there, I think it's going to do better than Final Fantasy is doing on Twitch. Probably.
On Twitch, it will undoubtedly do better.
Final Fantasy is just massive. It all depends on how big the Asian market takes hold of New World, on where if it's really going to have a decade of staying power. We will see. Obviously, the game is fucking massive right now, and it's a huge success out the gate. Hard not to when you're pushing it on your own platform and you're giving people something that they want and desperately need. I mean, we live in COVID world right now. Any opportunity to literally lose yourself in another place, and people are sick of WoW. They're sick of all this other shit. They've answered some prayers. The question is, can they follow up? I don't take too much inventory in the fact that it's new. It has some issues. The servers, it's forever to get in line. I mean, this is.
Oh, I take no issues with the server shit. That's going to happen in every fucking online game. Yeah. My core complaints is that it's ignored all of the shit, the lessons that have been learned before, and just went in for it. And I think a lot of that, and Panic brought this up as well in my chat the other day, is that this is like the studio's first game, and they chose doing an MMO as their first video game. Yeah. And that's a fucking monumental task. Most MMOs kind of suck at launch anyway. Very few of them come out the gate strong.
Yeah.
And they're live service games. So the real test of this game will be what does New World look like in 6 to 9 months from now, right? Yeah. That's where we'll really get an idea, because they still got the juice right now, right? Internally. What does it look like in 6 to 9 months, and then make a more, dedicated decision on it then. I think if I had to look into the future, the people that will enjoy this game most in the long run are the PvP-centric MMO players, because a lot of what this game caters to involves PvP content to get the most out of it. And early on, it puts that in front of you. So I think that's where the game is going, will be PvP stuff. And I suspect their hopes are that because they are Amazon and they have Twitch integration right off the rip as well, is that they're going to try and marry those two things, the PvP and the Twitch deal. And so we'll see 6-9 months, we'll see what it comes like. But right out of the gate, my biggest gripe is it's like they just ignored literally everything that's ever happened before and decided to start from scratch, and that was very off-putting to me. But I wish them the best, because doing a new MMO, whether it's your first game or not, is challenging. Doing it even to the level of competency that this is launched at should be appreciated. It's just not something that I think personally is worth the unimaginable fucking hype train that shit has right now. But for the reasons you just talked about as well, there's a reason why the hype train is as big as it is.